look at our nation's moochers. Parents supporting their adult kids like never before, and now many parents are approaching retirement with massive student debt loads. So is it time to kick your adult kid off the couch? We're asking personal finance expert Larry Winget. Larry, we saw this story. I knew immediately that this was for you, my friend. What do you make of these moochers?
Well, you know, if you're 30 years old and you live with mom and daddy, you are failing as an adult. And if your 30-year-old kid still lives with you, you have failed as a parent. Now, that fires people up, but the whole goal of parenting is independence.
It's the parents' fault? You think it's the parents?
Absolutely.
Why?
Yeah, I do. I think it's the parents' fault because they didn't teach their kids the skills to go out and make it on their own, and they somehow taught their kids that it's okay to move back in. It's not okay. So as parents, when your kids are little, you got to teach them to go away.
I've talked to these kids. They can't find a job. They have no money. They have a ton of college debt. Why shouldn't they, you know, a couple of nights on the couch, a month, maybe a year? Why not?
You know, I'm not buying the whole can't find a job. I think sometimes they won't find a job because they're interested in pursuing their career. Sometimes you set your career on hold and don't worry about following your dreams and your bliss, and you just get a job to pay off your student loan debt and to support yourself.
I agree. I'm playing devil's advocate here. I have to tell you, I'm on your side on this one. I want you to hear what Charlie Gasparino had to say on Neil Cavuto's show just this week about this topic. Listen to this.
You millennials are moving in, mooching off your parents. You're moving in, you're not making, you complain that you don't make enough money. I'm using the term broadly.
And you didn't say the same when you were their age.
And guess what? They're the ones that helped put Obama into office.
I mean, I'm working hard. I have more than one job, and they're allowing me to save money so that I can buy my own house.
Does your mom cook for you too?
Sometimes on Sundays.
So there you have it. You know, I'm doing the right thing. I'm saving money for a house. Is that an answer?
It's an answer. It doesn't make it a particularly good answer. Still, it goes back to mom and daddy setting up the expectation that this is okay. And really, mamas and daddies got to get in control of their own households and understand that they are compromising their future. They're not doing their kids a favor. If they keep supporting their children, at some point, they're going to be too old to still bring in income, and they're going to be relying on their children to take care of them. There's not going to be enough money to go around going both directions. Kids need to get out and earn their own money, and if that means you got to kick them out, kick them out. Kick them out.
All right. Well, I want you to respond to these numbers. Listen to this. 36% of millennials expect to support, or pardon me, 36% of parents expect to support kids 2 years after graduation, up from 18% in 2014. 16% expect to support them for 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah, that's a mess. Again, I think it's because we have too many graduates that are out there thinking that they've got to find exactly the right job, and they go home to mom and daddy and say, Mom and Daddy, there isn't anything out there for me, and after all my degrees in puppetry, and I'm having a hell of a time finding a job.
Underwater basket weaving. You can't find anything in that anymore.
You know, isn't it amazing? So mom and daddy are going to have to be tough. And it's mom and daddy with a guilty conscience who are willing to support their kids longer than they should. Stop having a guilty conscience. You should have done a better job, mom and daddy, in teaching them to take care of themselves and preparing them for the real world. Because you haven't done that, don't feel guilty about it now and become an enabler. Because being an enabler just weakens your children. It doesn't make them better. So it's going to be tough. Teach them to buddy up, find some more people in the same situation, and share expenses. That's kind of what it's about when you're first getting started.
That's right. Larry, thanks for coming on the show. Great to see you.
Bet.
And now we want to know